Thank you, everyone, guys. Thank you for joining us. This is our fourth edition of Beers and Blockchain, hosted here on NFA Twitter Spaces. A little bit different, other than normal Discord channel. My name is Reality Bites. If you haven't heard me already, today is the 14th of April. And listen, I hope you've got a drink in one hand, your peanut cruncher in the other, because we're diving into a project that has NFAI tipsier than a tightrope walker at happy hour. So, guys, wet your whistle, buckle your seatbelts, and we'll get stuck into some intoxicating tales. That's about as corny as I could get, so I hope you'd enjoy it. I want to welcome the community from both OXO and from NFA to our Beers and Blockchain. So before we start, of course, I always like to tell everyone who NFA are and what we are doing for those who may be new to NFA and for the OXO community. I'm sure you've heard of who we are, and you have now. Essentially, NFAI is an AI project. We have three Athena algorithms, including Athena Alpha, which is a neural net, Athena Beta, which is a data scraping, NLP, natural language processing, data scrapes from Twitter, Reddit, etc. And of course, Athena Gamma, which is a combination of the two. Athena Alpha trades over 35 different currencies spread across the biggest dexes and feeding the rewards back into the ecosystem and, of course, stakers of NFAI. And don't forget also buying and burning a whole lot of what's left of the supply. Secondly, we have Canis, which is a DeFi infrastructure for Shibarium, essentially lending for Shibarium, giving SHIB holders access to lending, which they've never, ever had before. Huge market, massive market. And this is just two of what we are doing. And of course, don't forget there is a dashboard to watch Athena trading and a DAO for the holders. And for those of you who have been following us very closely, you know there is a very imminent launch of Athena. And of course, our website is currently under construction because there is a bullish one single landing page there ready, which I believe says something is coming. So guys, if Bumba's recent voice memo didn't get you pumped up, give it another listen, or else we'll suspect you're secretly a robot with a faulty humor circuit. Today, we're going to be diving into an incredible project that's causing a stir in the DeFi sector. We'll be getting acquainted with the remarkable OXO, and of course, digging deep into what they are doing. As a DeFi community, we believe it's crucial to unite exceptional projects and collectively share enthusiasm for the DeFi space. Together we're dedicated to transforming the space for the better through innovation and collaborative efforts, etc. So this is what we're doing. I know you guys you have a giveaway, Andy, for this. Did you want to speak about that now?
Yeah. Hey, thank you for the introduction again. So for all the, we call our community members the cyborgs. I believe you all call your community members the robots, correct?
Correct.
Alrighty. So, hey, cyborgs, robots, on OXO's behalf, we are doing a giveaway today. So we will be selecting 3 random listeners that will be receiving a prize. And there's going to be a little bit more details about that towards the end, but it'll be talked about after I describe one of our utilities because it will be delivered in such a fashion. Really excited, and I can't wait to tell you a little bit more about this here soon.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. So first of all, before we dig into OXO and what it's all about, I'd love to hear, who you are, how you got involved with OXO, and then, we'll dig into OXO. You can tell us all about it, what the utilities are. We'll try and fit it into half an hour, including a couple of questions from us. Tell us what you're building, and if the time is available, we may be able to open the floor to some community questions or through the messaging, etc. So, Andy, tell us who you are, man, and how you got involved.
Yeah. Hey, so for all the cyborgs and robots listening, we get new cyborgs every single day. We're very excited about that. So for those of you who haven't tuned into an AMA with me yet, very honored and privileged to be here with NFA and NFAI. My name is Andy. I got involved with the team, it must have been months back because I was just looking at our Etherscan and I'm like, wow, we're going on our 80th day that we're live. So really excited about that. The lead dev, Sir Enigma, as well as some of the other team members and I have kind of always been, I don't want to say involved, but always kind of worked around each other, been in similar things. And it started coming into talks on getting people with the right skills, the right talents, the right mindsets. And I was very honored and privileged to be getting a message months back that was like, hey, we want you for what we're building. We think we want to, not we think, we know we want to give investors the tools that we wish we had from the get go. As for myself, I've told this tale, this little anecdote a couple times, but I got my start in crypto back in my early college days. I had someone shill it in a presentation in a tech and development class in uni, and he was talking about Ethereum of all things, and I was like, "Oh, okay, wow, this guy owns land. This guy's only a couple of years older than me. What's this guy doing?" So I bought my first couple ETH when they were back just over $200, and from there, it's yeah, as you guys know, for better or for worse, it can be a little addicting. I got sucked into this space, and I never want to look back. I love what we all do, and I love what this team is doing.
Yeah, it's definitely an addiction for sure. But yeah, man, 200. Imagine if it was 200 now. I mean, that's early days, fellas. So you've definitely been around for quite some time. So it's good to see you got a bit of experience. And I mean, OXO, I actually learned from OXO from Bumba, funny enough. He's like, this is one of the projects I've seen, and it's just grown from there. I think that was way back when it first started, and it was sitting in around 170, 300, around that kind of consolidation mark, which it did for a little while before it absolutely skyrocketed to where it is today. Excuse me. So yeah, man, it's wild, and it's good to hear, who's behind the project and what's going on. So I had a look. I mean, I've been part of OXO. I've been across it for, as I say, since the launch. So I've seen it go great guns, and I just had a look today. I mean, it's sitting over 20 million. I think 20.5 million as we speak, with an all-time high, I think, of 26 million, which is super impressive. I mean, the chart is something to be envied by many other projects. That's definitely for sure. So I'm super excited to hear all about it. Where it's come from, where it's heading. So this is your floor, man. This is your time. Sell us on it. Tell us what it is. Again, just go for it, man. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Hey, first and foremost, to anyone else that's listening, I figure in the spirit of beers and blockchain, if you guys can hear this, I'm with you guys.
Hey, cheers.
I gotta have a beer with you guys too. So hey, cheers to anyone listening.
Absolutely.
So for everyone listening, I'm representing OXO. I'm part of the team. What OXO is all about, the central tenets, the pillars of our project are security and privacy. Now, as you were just alluding to, and it's reality bits, correct?
Yeah, reality bites, reality bits. Either way.
Reality bites. Thank you.
Yep.
As reality bites was just talking about, you know, I think there was this early consolidation period for our project where a lot of people, as they do with utility projects, were trying to see if the utility was real. And here we are. You fast forward to where we are now, and it definitely is. We have a very talented team. At the helm of our team is our lead dev, Sir Enigma. And back when we were in the early talks of what we wanted to do with this project, it really revolved around the ideas of what is it that we wish we would have had when we first started investing in this space, in DeFi in general. We started kind of brainstorming and talking about, well, you want to be able to invest in something that you know is first and foremost safe. Everyone remembers their first rug, their first honeypot. I feel like just saying these words instills a little bit of PTSD, if you will. And for us, it was a big obstacle that we wanted to remove out of every investor's everyday life here in the space. So the first utility that we released, and if you look at our name, it's right there, is our AI smart contract auditor. The reason we really wanted to put this out there for the space is that typically auditing is, people have kind of fallen on both sides of this, being pro, and if you are pro audits, they can take a while, or maybe it's not worth the funds or the time being spent, because I think people tried to use it as a catalyst for their projects, and it can be a little lost in terms of the efforts put out there. And so for us, it is a very great practice, and we do believe it is necessary within this space. But we also wanted to be able to show the people that with the right dev, with the right machine learning technology, with the right coding, this can also be an instantaneous process. So if you all want to right now, you can actually go to oxo.ai. That is our official website. And on the top right, or right as you get onto the page, it actually will it'll show you that we have our auditor app up and running. So that's the first utility that we put out there. You can go to Etherscan, you can copy the Solidity contract, you can post it or copy paste in the auditor app, and it's going to tell you if there's any vulnerabilities in that smart contract. So that was a big thing for us. The first thing we wanted was for everyday investors, ourselves as well. You know, we want to build stuff, and Sir Enigma wants to build stuff that we're all going to use. The first step was giving the people peace of mind, that security factor. The next utilities that we were working on was touching a little bit more on the privacy aspect. So another one of our utilities, our second utility, is our mixer. So our mixer was a way for us, and if for those of you who are listening in and maybe don't have familiarity with the concept of a mixer, I'm sure everyone in this space had heard of what happened or what Tornado Cash was. It's a way for you to be able to move your funds around in a private or anonymous fashion. And for us, we wanted to be able to allow the space to have something like that again, because for those of you who may not know, long story short, Tornado Cash was shut down. And if I remember correctly, the gentleman that built it is facing legal troubles or was arrested. I'd have to go back and really look into what happened. That's besides the point. I think it was kind of an Icarus flying a little bit too close to the sun situation. For us, we want to be able to offer these services, this utility, in a much more, I guess I'd say, safe and also more stripped down manner. Stripped down, not in the sense that the utility is lacking any type of ability, but I don't think that we don't want to allow these individuals or big players that were taking advantage of Tornado Cash and doing very shady things to utilize our mixer. So that will not be the case. They will not be able to. But for those of you in the space who just want to be able to do what I believe and a lot of our team believes you are entitled to, is to do things in a private manner. I don't know about you all, but the reason why crypto, why the inception of this space was so, I guess, beautiful to me, and so I don't know. The reason it sucked me in is because it was a hedge against, or an alternative against, the economic structures that are currently in place. And as anyone can see right now in this day and age, they're having some problems. They're either at the decline or some of them have completely collapsed. And this is a way to hedge a bet against the current economic structures. And so we believe when you enter this space, just as when it was founded, when Bitcoin and the Satoshi and everything else was really in its genesis, we believe that every person that enters this space is entitled to their security, but also their privacy. So that's where our mixer comes into play. The way it works is that it is a closed ring system, if you will. So 3 people have to deposit a fixed amount of funds. So let's say, for example, it's 3 ETH. 3 people would have to put in 1 Ethereum each. And what that's going to do, I often use the example of like a blender. It's going to mix or blend all those funds together. And you can tell the mixer, I want these funds to go to a different address than the one that was originally contributing said funds. Or you can just have it go mix it and, go from there. But what that does is it allows you to have that anonymity or that privacy that I believe you're entitled to in this space. And going into this, our mixer, as well as our third utility, the privacy DEX, are going to enable holders to receive rewards on the fees that are collected by using said utilities. That was another big thing for us. Before I jump into the third utility, I just wanted to kind of segue and say that if you guys were listening from the very beginning, you can see that it seems a little serendipitous, or maybe it's been a long time coming, that NFAI and OXO are sharing a platform together. Because just listening to Reality Bites earlier, I'm like, wow, that's right. Hey, that's just like us. Oh, we have a big utility coming out. We're rewarding our holders with a form of passive income. And I don't know. I think that for me and the rest of the team, I can speak with confidence that for OXO, and I can tell that you guys have a lot of these same sentiments over at NFAI. We wanted to give the people the utility that they deserve, but we also wanted to be able to support and reward our loyal holders. So at the end of the day, security, privacy, having actors in the space that are trying to accomplish big things with real utility is what we're about. The third utility, I think, really encapsulates all of these points that I'm making, and that is our privacy DEX. Now, for those of you who are wondering or are familiar with DEXs, think Uniswap, think 1inch. It's a way for you to invest in projects. For us, we wanted to build our own custom privacy DEX because we believe that whether it be a buy, a sell, or however much money you have in your wallets should not affect the fact that you should be able to have anonymity. So using our DEX, which is, by the way, live on Polygon right now, able to be tested. And the reason we did that is it's just lower fees, and it allows us, before we put it on the Ethereum mainnet, to really just see if there's any bugs, test it out, see how the users experience everything on there. So for us, the privacy DEX, it's going to allow people to have their transactions masked, whether it be a buy or sell. On every transaction, just like some other DEXs, there is going to be a 1% fee that is incurred. So when you think about it, 1%. I know, for example, there's a lot of people that use, and no shill here, just it's a popular example, Kiba Swap. I know with Kiba Swap, it takes 1% of your total transaction. So let's say you invest like 0.1, it'll show on the chart, like on DEX tools, for instance, that it was like 0.0995 or something of that nature, of that, for example. Those fees that are collected by our privacy DEX are going to be collected and pooled, and that's going to be rewarded to holders of OXO without staking. So just being a holder of OXO, however much you hold, so in proportion to your holdings, you will be able to go via a dashboard and claim your rewards daily. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to go and see how much volume Uniswap, 1inch, KeepASwap, other DEXs get every day. For us, we are very bullish on our own tech, but I think that a lot of people, and our chart speaks to this, are starting to see what's at play here. If you had the ability, whether you be an influencer, an everyday investor, or just someone that doesn't want to be tracked, to have all your buys and sells be anonymous, I definitely think, and I'm very confident in saying, we are going to be seeing a lot of usage and a lot of traffic when this releases here very soon. And that's essentially the three utilities that we're working on. Just to list them off again, we have our already live, we have our AI smart contract auditor that you guys can go try out right now. We have our mixer, and that was one of our first ways of really putting it out there that we wanted to work with NFAI. You guys were some of the first to be able to try that out, as well as launching pairs with Sheeb, Leash, and Bone, because like NFAI, we are one of the projects that was invited to partake in the beta of Shibarium, and we're very, very animated and excited about that opportunity. And then our third utility, which is launching here soon on the Ethereum mainnet, but already live on Polygon for test purposes only, is our privacy DEX. Now, just a couple points I wanted to put out there. With regards to our project, if you go and look at our breakdown of our tokenomics, the way that we have it listed is that it is a 5% buy and sell. We have 2% going to our marketing. If you go look at our treasury right now, I'm confident in saying, can accomplish whatever we want to do with the current funds sitting in our marketing wallet. We have over $300,000 within our treasury, and that's allowed us to confidently say that anything that comes to a developmental standpoint, or in terms of marketing, in terms of development in any type of way, we will be able to accomplish. And we're here securing the longevity of our project. The next 2% goes to development, and then 1% goes to buybacks and burns, which if you go and look at the dead wallet and the holders, we've burned essentially over 11% of our supply. We've bought that and we've burned it. With regards to the liquidity, because I think this is something that needs to be touched up on as well, as of yesterday, we have now injected $200,000 into our liquidity pool. So just goes to show you that for us, we are very excited. We're very passionate about giving this utility to the space. But with regards to just ensuring the success of our own project, we do believe and we know that we are taking the right steps there as well. Reality Bites, I feel like I've been going on for a while. If you want to jump in there.
No, that's fine, man. I just thought I'd leave you with the awkward silence back there. Just thought I'd see how you handle it,
I'm taking a swig of beer. How's that?
No, it's good, man. It's allowed me to take plenty of swigs. I mean, 200,000 injecting into liquidity, that's pretty serious money, man. And that's very good for stabilizing the chart. And I mean, just listening to you speak, from the seed of an idea to what has this become now, I mean, still with when I say only 20 million, with what you're bringing out, I mean, Uniswap, I believe, does about, I had a quick look now because I was talking to this with another project, but about 300 million a day in 24 hours. So, if you could get a 0.5% of that to start with, I mean, geez, I like the fact that that's external revenue. It's being collected and sent back to holders. To me, that's that's the way to make a sustainable ecosystem. You're keeping the funds in there. People aren't selling based on rewards and things like that. So can I ask you, are they being rewarded in Ethereum, or what's the reward going back to the OXO holders?
So with regards to that, just to put it out there, when we do have the rewards live, it is going to be a sliding scale. So people are going to have the option of either collecting funds or putting that back into their bags. And with the rewards, I believe the last time that the team and I talked about this, we did settle on Ethereum. So that'll be Ethereum rewards that can be collected.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing. That's awesome. Which of course keeps it.
People to. Oh, pardon me. I was going to say, I find that when you reward people in native token, we've seen this with reflection tokens as well. It just can cause a big sell-off, and that isn't the healthiest for a chart. So we went with Ethereum, or being able to, being able to put some of it back into your bag.
Sure. And it's sustainable. That's the point. You've got an external platform that you're using to generate fees, albeit a 1% fee, which is very small. I mean, a lot of people don't even know that there is a fee on Uniswap. We just use it, don't we? I mean, it becomes, it's just a thing you go there, you swap, you take your money and you move on. You have no idea what goes on in the background. And I believe they take, whatever percentage they take as well. So everyone charges fees, but the fact that it's private and anonymous is epic. I mean, to me, that's something everybody wants, and I think that's certainly got a lot going for it, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, huge, man, huge. Marketing wallet, 300,000 in the treasury. I mean, you guys, as I was saying, you come from a seed of an idea where the way you told the story, you're sitting around there, you're talking about what did you guys want when you're degens and trading, and to what it is today, and a very 20 million based on what you could possibly bring in on that swap, and everything else is I mean, it's early days in my opinion. This is it's very exciting project, man. And you guys have done a lot of work, and you should definitely be proud of what you've put together, without a doubt. And I mean, gee,
Thank you.
you're only one, realistically, you're one proper utility in, and you've got the Tornado Cache. I've got notes here, yeah, of loads of them. The mixer, which is yet to come. It's testing on Polygon, which you said before. Um, with respect to the DEX, this is going to be a multi-chain DEX, is it?
So it is going to have an aggregator. So just
Okay,
like 1inch, it is going to have an aggregator. With regards to going multi-chain, we've talked about that being something in the far future. If the community wants it, we'll definitely entertain that idea. But we are going to be a DEX with an aggregator, not multi-chain quite yet.
sure. Okay. Well, yeah, I understand completely. So if you don't mind, I just want to pick your brain on a couple of things.
Sure, please.
Whilst you're talking, I'm just taking a million notes here, so you have to forgive my Uh, okay, so yes, it's safe, it's private, that's brilliant. Your first utility is the AI smart contractor. I've used that. In fact, I remember when this first came out, and that was based on the original website, which is not what it is today. And you could put it in there, and I thought that was pretty exciting, actually. In fact, I used it whilst we were sitting here talking. It's very quick. It's
Yep.
yeah, you put the details in. It must have taken like 20 seconds or something to read that contract. In fact, I actually audited your own contract at the time, but the results, not surprisingly, are quite good. So,
I did
okay.
want to correct something, by the way. And just to correct, you had said earlier that the mixer is live on Polygon. Our privacy DEX is currently live on Polygon, but the
Ah,
mixer
sorry.
is live on the Ethereum mainnet, ready to go. So people can mix their funds right now.
Okay, so that's good. Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry, ma'am. That is
No,
an
no
oversight on
sorries,
my
no
behalf.
sorries.
Okay, so the privacy DEX is live on Polygon, which is obviously a smooth, fast place to test it, which is brilliant. And okay, so the mixer side of things, I'm really interested in that because that is something that I think is a huge factor. We mentioned the other company, Tornado Cash, that's been closed down. So is it what makes this different? Is the fact that three people are essentially P2P exchanging? Is that how you're getting around that side of things, or the the illicit reasons why people are using it? I mean, how have you done that? What makes it different?
Yeah, essentially exactly as you're saying. So the fact that we're using as we call a closed ring system, you have these three individuals have to step up. They all have to contribute a set amount. That also puts limitations in place for how people are able to move around funds. I know with Tornado Cash, people were just tornado cashing 10 ETH here and there, boom, boom, boom. They were just able to get that money out. We saw it with many projects. People would be like, internal transaction. Someone tornado cashed that money out. Don't know where it went. It's gone. With us, we have these safety protocols in place that requires that you have three users close this ring, if you will. It will not mix those funds until three users have gone in and done their contribution or deposited that amount. So the 1 ETH, for example, here. And so it does put limitations in place for what people are able to inherently accomplish. So we do think that, and we know that's just one of the ways that we can deter bad actors or people with malicious intents. Um, I also do think that if people try and do some bad practices, if you will, it's going to raise some red flags, and we'll be able to put a stop to that address sooner rather than later, rather than just being able to use OXO's mixer. It won't be this like, oh, gasp. They used OXO's mixer and they mixed 100 ETH out, and now no one knows where it went. Nope. We are using that closed ring system for that very reason.
Okay, that's very interesting, actually. My malicious mind, even though I'm not malicious, by the way, is just thinking, how else could we do that?
Hey, tell me, so we can,
could,
you know.
could I have three addresses and throw an ETH in from each one and mix it? I don't know.
No,
Anyway, moving
no,
on.
but you know what? We want to focus on the positive. It's a fair question,
Uh,
but this is
yeah, I mean,
no, it's fair though. It's fair, and we'll have to hire someone to come and try. What do they do when people try and hire someone to come break what they've done?
yeah, absolutely, yeah, yep.
If
It's
I can
not,
circle
yeah,
back to if I can circle back to a point, you had mentioned it earlier, and I wanted to really highlight the point you made about Uniswap. So, like you said, with Uniswap, they get an extraordinary amount of volume every single day. So, for our users and for robots listening as well, I wanted to put it out there that just to kind of really give a face value, a number to what is potentially possible. Not that you didn't do a great job, Reality Bites. I appreciate you bringing it up, but I want to just kind of really hammer this point is that,
Definitely.
for example, CowSwap does about 100 million volume per day, which is,
Wow.
that's a big amount of money. Uniswap has 1 billion volume. So if we were to do 10 million a day, this is an example. This is essentially a minimum target for us, considering that we have privacy. We have utility in using our swap. 10 million times those 1% fees would be $100,000 a day. So if you own 1 million OXO, you'd be making $100 a day or $3,000 a month. And that's at the lowest value that we've set, the minimum target for ourselves.
Wow. That's big numbers, man.
It's
And to
big
be fair,
numbers.
10 million is not an unrealistic figure. In fact, that's, when you say that's your goal, it's a good place to start, in my opinion, because, you can easily get 10 million worth of revenue turnover, going through the system when people are trying to do it privately. So I think that's incredible, man. 10 million.
Yeah.
So how much was I getting if I have a million? I'm only
So
kidding.
if you have a million, if we were to be hitting our minimum target, so just wanted to put it out there for listeners, that's our minimum target. If it was 10 million a day, you'd be making $100 a day if you do own 1 million OXO. And
Wow.
just adding to this as well, I know our loyal cyborgs know this, but for those of you listening, for those who own 1 million OXO, you will get a discount when using our privacy decks. So for all users, it'll be across the board 1% of your transaction. For those who own 1 million OXO, it'll be half of that. So 0.5% of the fees. So that's an incentive for those who, are loyal holders from day one or those who decide to buy a 1 million OXO bag. I wanted to put it out there though. That's our minimum target would be netting you $100 a day if you own 1 million OXO. Now, if we do hit $100 million volume, much like CowSwap, that would be $30,000 a month or so for owning 1 million OXO.
Sure. Owning it and holding it.
Yeah, and
That's all you
that's
got to
not an
do, isn't it?
unrealistic number.
Yeah. And I think the thing I like about it, well, the thing I do like about it is that you don't have to stake it. You're earning the rewards anyway. And the fact, as I said before, is the fact that it's a external revenue and not coming from anywhere within your own ecosystem is very, very exciting. That's what I like about it. And projects that are doing that are the ones that are really making the difference. I think the days of reflection coins and using tax to pay back into owners, you're essentially siphoning your own ecosystem. There's only so far you can stretch that. When you start bringing in revenue from outside, from people that don't even have anything to do with your project initially, and they're using the swap for the privacy factor, and that's paying your holders and bringing money back into the ecosystem. That's what it's all about. That's the future of projects and keeping it sustained. And I think that's brilliant. As I said before, I love that. I mean, these three utilities that you have are incredible. Absolutely incredible, and the fact that, as I said, that you started from the initial seed idea to this is definitely applaudable. Now, I just want to ask you a couple of things, if you don't mind, in
Sure.
relation to just the whole project so far. What's the biggest challenge you think you guys have faced, and how have you gotten around that?
Hmm. Biggest challenge that we've faced. You know, I'll give you an example that I spoke about just a little while ago. There was about 2 AMAs or so ago that it seems like something that's water under the bridge now, but at the moment it was raising the alarms, if you will, sound the alarms. It was that we have a top holder that was holding 4%, so a little bit more than what Uniswap had at the time. And this is what I was alluding to when I was saying that we have a treasury that can pretty much handle any problem that comes our way or allow us any opportunity. This top holder had a 4% wallet and started taking profits. Now, at the time, we were like, okay, well, top holders selling. If they were to just, it would be a huge detriment to them if they just dumped their whole bag because they would lose out so much of it to slippage, if you will. But we had the funds and have the funds to outright OTC offer that holder to buy out their position. And at that time, there's people that just are really big believers, and this person was an extraordinarily big believer and still is because they hold the majority of their position. But I remember at that time, it was, you're faced with what are your options in this moment? And so that's been one of the things that we've now, we have no worries there. We've seen massive movements in our chart that have been, devoured, gobbled up,
Yep.
completely eviscerated, if you will. And we just saw another one of those, which, I don't want to speak to the negative points, but you have to be very transparent and you have to be very open to these things. So that was one of the obstacles that we faced. We navigated that. We never had to hear back from them over doing OTC because they stopped selling. I think they just wanted to take what they needed, and the rest, they're obviously a loyal holder that wants to be rewarded in the near future.
Sure.
And the second thing that we noticed was within the contract, we had a large whale do a transfer that had caused quite a bit of a sell-off on the chart. It was 58 ETH, and that upped our holder count so much. It really was, I got so many text messages and Telegram messages I came back to at the computer that was like, oh my God, there's an entry. I haven't seen this entry in so long. And I think we gained about 200 holders when we had that 58 ETH sell-off. And
Hmm.
that was just, that was due to our contract. And we are, very clear and transparent. And so when that Ethereum was then collected, we injected that into liquidity. We want to make sure that every move we make is something that is clear, transparent, and communicated to our community. And
Sure.
so anytime there's been an opportunity where it's like, hey, what's going on? Because, the clear way to know that something's going on with the project is the chart itself. Anytime that there's been something that the holders are just like, hey, can we just get a little bit of an explanation? We're always right at the helm, ready to kind of break down what's going on. And the beauty of that is we've ensured that that's not going to happen again. You learn from not from your mistakes, but you learn from these opportunities. And we are removing the tokens time to time. So we remove them and we're going to continue to inject into our liquidity pool. So now that we've learned that lesson, the contract will not be selling off in such a manner anymore.
Sure. I mean, that's something that I know when it happened, people always get concerned, don't they? But the fact that you handled it like that, I think, is an incredible uh, feat for sure. Um, because it's one of those things that spreads fast, and you just went from that little dip, and then boom, you were back up and running back forward again, which just is a testament to exactly how professional your team is, and the fact that you're always there and you got it in hand, which I think is awesome. So, good answer, man, and thank you for that. I know it's a tough one, but if Bumble were here, that was exactly probably what he would have asked. So I just thought I'd throw that in there.
No, and hey,
Um,
look, that's the thing for us is that we have nothing to hide. And I appreciate you putting that out there because there is times where our community, they look forward to hearing the solution a little bit more or what happened a little bit more fleshed out, if you will. So I appreciate the opportunity to provide a little bit more of an explanation and to give a little bit more insight to the space in general.
Absolutely. Um, yeah, I mean, you've explained the project very, very well. I've no doubt as to why they have you as the forefront talking about the project because
I appreciate that.
you sell it brilliantly, and and that's what these things are all about. The beers and blockchain. The good thing about it is it's a little bit more relaxed. It's not so much I try and not make it an interview style. Just give you an opportunity to tell people what it is you're doing. Get people excited about it, and of course have a beer while we're at it. So I mean,
Hey,
that's
on
the
that
most
note, I'm
important thing.
curious, what do you drink?
It's funny you asked me that. I bought a new beer I've never had before today, actually. For some of you may or may not know, but I'm currently traveling around Europe. I've been traveling for 9 or 10 months now. So I'm in a new country quite regularly. So one of my things is just to buy beer from that country. I don't even know what it's called, but it's some kind of
Absolutely.
juicy white beer. It's called, and it's freaking nice.
Okay.
Yeah. What are
Hey,
you drinking?
I'm drinking something similar. I'm drinking a mango IPA.
Oh
It's
man,
not my
I love
usual.
that stuff.
Oh, it's
That
good, man.
stuff
It's
is.
good.
Yeah, I hope everyone that's listening is joining us in this. I mean, this is one of the prerequisites of listening to beer and blockchain is that you do in fact drink your favorite poison. Uh, Man, it's been a very cool, very exciting thing. I've been really looking forward to speaking to you guys about OXO. As I say, I've seen the
Likewise.
growth. Everybody's been talking about this project. It seems like forever ago you launched, but it really wasn't that long. What did you say it was like 80 days or something?
80 days ago, but I wanted to put it out there and just throw that back at you is that you guys have been the talk of the town as well. And it feels that this collaboration, this joint space has been a long time coming because you guys also inspire those similar sentiments of just genuine people in the crypto space. So no, it's the honor's ours. And not to make it sound like we're ending by any means. I wanted to take that moment and express that gratitude. It's just
Yeah,
no. I'm
Tandy.
really excited to be here
Thank
with
you.
you.
Same, man, same. It has been a long time coming, and in this world, in the crypto world, a day seems like a month, doesn't it?
It really
Um,
does. But 80
yeah,
days for us, like you were saying, and you guys as well have been live for a little while. And I think that this is one of those indicators or markers when you see a project that has been going for months, but that market cap has been gradually or exponentially increasing all that time. When you
sure.
really start to see these successful projects really start to come out, and there's this cliche I think in the space where it's like, man, if this project's doing this in the bear, just wait till we see the bull market. But
Yeah,
yet there is these um, exceptions to that, and there is truth to that, where I feel like our projects, I can say this with a lot of pride and some, I guess being proud of it, is that we are going to keep building and building, and we're only gonna give more and more, and we're going to start to get more holders that see our visions. And so I'm very excited for people to become cyborgs and robots alike.
absolutely. Because in some way they are pretty much alike, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah,
I definitely would.
yeah. I see cyborgs as slightly more futuristic, in my opinion. I don't know why. It just the name lends itself to that, but yeah. Anyway, I bang on. Do you want to talk a little bit about a bit more about the giveaway? Did you want to save that till
Yeah,
a bit later? I
I
mean,
let's go ahead and talk about that giveaway. So,
yeah,
previously, we did a giveaway where we wanted to be able to have users that otherwise maybe would not have had an opportunity or wanted to mix funds try out our privacy mixer. So we are going to be selecting three people at random that are listening right now here in this Twitter space, and we are going to be sending you the secret keys to then collect a reward from our mixer. So you get to try out our mixer, and this is our way of saying thank you for being here at Beers and Blockchain with us today. It's We're just really excited about it. So essentially, what we're going to be doing
you,
is we want to continue to encourage the use of our audited privacy mixer. So what you're going to do is that our official Twitter page will DM you with your secret key. So I want to put that out there. Please look out for scammers always and forever. You'll know if you click on the speaker myself right now, follow and make sure verify it's me, please. um,
definitely.
Firstly, you're just going to have to ensure that you have enough Ethereum for the gas fees. I know they've been a little bit higher this time around, so apologies there. Always wait till gas is low is what I always tell people. Then open mixer.oxo.ai. So it's our website, oxo.ai, but mixer.oxo.ai. You select withdraw, you enter your secret key and the recipient address or your wallet, and that zero point 0.2 wrapped Ether prize will be on its way.
Wow, that's worth some money now. No?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I remember point one ETH used to be, I remember when it was like, I keep thinking it's $130, and I'm like, oh
Yeah,
wait, no, we're
I
we're up
know.
there now.
Yeah, I know. You degen something, you throw in a point one, you think, geez, that was a couple $100. Like it's 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 quick, isn't it? Point
It
two
really
five
is.
now. I mean, that's $500. It was, anyways. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah, point two.
I
That's
do. I do.
so. So
We're
basically,
gonna go ahead.
you're gonna. Sorry, go.
We're gonna go ahead and select three random listeners,
That's
and
it.
so
You,
I'll go ahead and DM them, and we'll go from there. Let me check with the team if they want me to pick live right now. Give me one moment. I figure we
okay,
want to
man.
make sure it's right.
Sure. I'll give you some hold music in the interim, because
Oh, thank you. Hey, that music was pretty good at the beginning, by the way.
okay, so
I was, I was
there was a like a Twitter music, and then I just put something on over the top because I didn't know what the hell was going on. But anyway, it was a fumble that we got there.
No, no, no. I wanted to put it out there that that first song actually only pops up when you have it in the settings to open up a space, and it kind of gets
Aha.
good. Like a good two
Yeah,
minutes in, I really found myself after that second beer kind of being like, "Ooh, this is a good song."
it is. Cheers to that. I'm glad we're enjoying that.
Oh man, hey, we gotta be having a good time. It's a Friday, guys. Come on.
Sure, it is
Um,
Friday night
so
for me.
here's what we're
Go.
gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and actually just pick these people live. I figure it's the best way to go about it because I can verify they're here right now. So,
Absolutely.
um, with that being said, oh man, this is man, the team put the pressure on me. They're like, go ahead and pick them, Andy. Ah man.
Maybe you
Let's
can get
go.
someone to put a like a 100% icon on, or whoever can
Hey
do as
guys,
many.
let's go ahead and see some emojis. That's right. Let's see some emojis. Let's see what we got. Show me that you're actively listening.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
They're
there we
flying in
go. All
now.
right. So the first one I saw was http.eth. I'm going to go ahead and send you a direct message or zucchinis. I'm sending you a message right now. We'll go with the second one here shortly. All right.
That's http.eth. Nice.
Oh, there we go. All right. Next one I saw Beefy22, husband, father. Hey, I can respect that. Me too, my guy. All right, Beefy, sending you a DM right now.
Boom. Congrats.
And last one, I'm actually going to have you pick, sir.
Okay, let's see some emojis. Come on, let's see the support. Pump it, pump it, pump it. Okay, I like Beefy. You've won already. Okay, you
I
can't
know
win
Beefy's a good
twice.
name.
And HTTP's won already. Okay,
I'm
the one that
telling
keeps
you.
smashing out at me is I don't know how to say it. Gawddian
Oh, god
dot
damn. All
Gordian.
right.
That's a
Yeah,
cracking name, man.
it's a
Gordian
cracking name.
dot
I'm sending Guardian. Maybe it's Guardian. God
Guardian.
Dion. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sending you a message right now.
nice one, guys. Congratulations, the
Hey,
three of you.
congrats to the winners. We'll also be sending the instructions again, just so you guys can go about using the mixer. I'll put it in writing for you guys, so that way these three winners can go ahead and receive their funds and try out our mixer today. Wanted to put it out there again. Just make sure you have the Ethereum gas fees necessary, and yeah, that's that. That's the giveaway part of this right here. Really appreciate you giving me a reminder there, and thanks for helping me pick some of these loyal cyborg and
It's always
robots.
fun, isn't it? Yeah, man,
It
it's always
is. It
fun.
really
I
is.
know, I know. It's a good way to do it, actually. Otherwise, you just feel like you're picking unfairly. So, what's a good name that I know? But that's cool, man. So, okay. I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything. Unless you've got anything else to say, updates wise, we could summarize and go and have some
Yeah,
beers. What do you say?
yeah. You know what? Just in summary, again, I just wanted to put it out there that we at OXO have three major utilities. For maybe those of you who are just joining in right now, I'll do a TLDR, if you will. We have our AI Smart Contract Auditor. We have our Privacy Mixer, and we have our Privacy Dex, which is live on the Polygon network right now, able to be used and tested. We did it on Polygon, so that way it's just faster, cheaper gas fees, and we wanted to ensure that we can get the adequate amount of testing. With regards to our project itself, you will be seeing more audits also taking place. I failed to mention this earlier, Reality Bites, but our AI smart contract auditor, our mixer, and our privacy decks, who's, it would be a little prideful, if you will. It'd be a little hypocritical if we, as someone who audits, did not have an audit done on ourselves. So
Yep.
we have had
Love it.
said audits take place, and our privacy dex is also being audited. So wanted to put that out there, just maybe covering some of the little things I might have missed. With regards to the privacy dex itself, it will be live on Ethereum mainnet here soon. So thank you for always being patient with us, cyborgs, and to the robots listening. If you are going to be trying it out, it's coming. It's coming soon, I promise. And yeah, there is expect more from me. Expect to hear more AMAs. We are venturing out there, and we're really trying to get out there and talk to the entirety of the crypto space. So we're just really honored, privileged to have been able to share a beer and talk blockchain with the people here at NFAI.
Absolutely, as we have as well. You've heard him, Andy. You, sir, are you're awesome. You've done OXO proud. I tell you, those three utilities are something else. Guys, if you're listening, the website is O as in 0x0.ai, correct?
Correct.
And the Telegram is portal 0x0. So go and check out their socials. This is a project to be looking out for. As you know, they're auditing these the privacy decks, etc. The three utilities are all incredible, absolutely incredible. I certainly am excited to have had you guys on here talk about
Thank you.
what you're doing and
And
tell our community
pardon
as
my interruption. I wanted to see if I
no,
can just add in one more thing. The team wants to
please
make sure that we just add in one more piece of utility here, and fair enough.
do it.
Um, Within our Mixer DApp, guys, there is also this option of flash loan feature, if you will. So let's say someone deposits ETH into the Mixer DApp. Someone else can loan that Ether in the meantime and quickly make a return on it. So let me give you an example of how this is going to work and how it works. So let's say you borrow one wrapped Ethereum. You buy 1,000 OXO in Uniswap V2 for that wrapped Ethereum. You sell that 1,000 OXO in Uniswap V3 for 1.1. You repay that loan of one wrapped Ethereum, and you pocket the 0.009 fees. So you would make your profit of 0.091. And just to put it out there the way it works, if this flash loan is taking place, if you can't pay it back, it won't let you borrow. Hence why it's called a flash loan in the first place. It's all done in one transaction. You either do the flash loan and make the profit, or the contract doesn't give you anything. So basically, it is an arbitrage opportunity. The fees collected from this will also be redistributed to the holders. So just another avenue of potential revenue collection or fees collection here going on.
Wow, wow. And 80 days in, and I'm sure there's a lot more to come.
There's more to come. There's more that's going to be shared. I could go on for days, but it sounds like we'll have to get into this over another beer sometime.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, there's nothing stopping us doing that sometime in the future, without a doubt. What a great turnout we've had. I mean, I think we had somewhere nearly up to 100 listeners at one point. I was looking, I'm sure statistics will tell me otherwise. So I'm really happy we did it on Twitter. Very, very good turnout. Discord sometimes has its challenges with getting listeners, whereas Twitter Spaces tends to be a bit easier. So, guys, just to summarize, we've been having Beers and Blockchain with OXO. Super exciting project. Check out their website, check out their Telegram, go and have a look at what they're doing, go and use their utilities. Of course, they've got the AI smart contract auditor. They've, of course, got the privacy mixer as well. And third, the privacy dex. And the fourth one, what are you calling that one?
We're calling it a flash loan feature, flash loan opportunity.
Love it. And there it is. Flash loan opportunity, flash loan feature. You've heard it here first. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed your beers. I hope you've enjoyed this conversation. Andy, thank you so much, man. You've been awesome.
Hey, likewise, thank you so much. And really appreciate, again, the opportunity to be here with you. Hope to have this opportunity again.
For sure. Thank you to all the communities. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy your beers.